The octagon is built for controlled violence. Two fighters enter, bound by rules, skill, and respect for the sport. But for some, the fight doesn't end when the bell rings. Outside the cage, their battles spill into the real world with devastating consequences that land them not in victory celebrations, but behind bars. Jonathan Koppenhaver, better known as War Machine, was once a rising star in both UFC and Bellator. In 2014, his name would make headlines for all the wrong reasons. A late-night attack on his ex-girlfriend, adult film actress Christy Mack, and her friend ended in horror. Mack was beaten so badly she suffered broken bones, missing teeth, and fractured ribs. Her face was unrecognizable. Police called it one of the most brutal domestic assaults they'd ever seen. War Machine fled, sparking a nationwide manhunt, but was eventually captured and convicted of kidnapping, assault, and attempted murder. Today, he's serving a life sentence, with the earliest chance for parole decades away. Then there's Joe Sun, an early UFC fighter who also had small roles in Hollywood films. But the smiling face fans saw on screen hid a nightmare. In 1990, on Christmas Eve, Joe Sun took part in the gang rape and torture of a woman, holding her captive at gunpoint. The crime went unsolved for years until DNA evidence finally linked him to the attack. He was sentenced to life without parole. But the violence didn't stop there. While serving time, he was convicted of murdering his own cellmate in 2011. Joe Sun will never walk free again. In 2021, UFC bantamweight Irwin Rivera shocked fans and fellow fighters when he was arrested in Florida. The charges were chilling: attempted murder of his own two sisters. Police reports described multiple stab wounds, and when officers confronted him, Rivera admitted to the attack but claimed he was experiencing a psychotic episode. The case brought questions about mental health in combat sports to the forefront. Legal proceedings are still ongoing, but the image of Rivera as a disciplined athlete has been replaced with one of a man fighting demons far more dangerous than any opponent. Travis Brown's case is different, but no less controversial. The towering UFC heavyweight contender was arrested following domestic violence accusations from his then-wife. She claimed he had assaulted her, and photos of bruises appeared online. While Brown denied the allegations and was never convicted, the UFC took them seriously, suspending him during the investigation. The incident left a permanent mark on his career and reputation, showing how quickly the spotlight can turn into a searchlight. And then there's LeVar Johnson, a powerhouse in the cage known for his knockout power. In 2017, Johnson pled no contest to felony domestic violence charges after a brutal attack on his girlfriend. Court documents revealed she suffered multiple broken bones in her face. Johnson was sentenced to 5 years in prison. For a man once cheered for his strength, that same strength became the weapon that destroyed his freedom. These stories are more than headlines. They're reminders that the discipline, control, and respect demanded in the octagon don't always carry over into real life. Fame, adrenaline, and a fighter's mentality can be a dangerous mix when channeled the wrong way. For these men, the crowd's roar has been replaced by the silence of a cell. And their legacy isn't measured in wins or titles anymore, but in the crimes that ended their careers.